Fantasy EFL is back, and today we'll be going through my Gameweek preview. Before we get into today's Gameweek preview, be sure to like and subscribe. The support does not go unnoticed, and yes, we are getting closer to 350 subscribers, so anything you can do to help me get to that goal will be greatly appreciated. And of course, my mini-league code to be in my Fantasy EFL league will be in the description. In today's video, we're going to go through your favourite picks and then my latest draft / team selection for this upcoming game week in Fantasy EFL. And without any further delay, let's get straight into that. Now, going through the most popular picks, all of this data coming from the app itself. Fiddleclean leads the way with 6% of people bringing him into their sides. And that is quite a bit considering Game Week 20 only ended a few hours ago now. We're not going to get too involved into his stats because he may well be a player that features in my latest draft / team selection. 7 goals and 4 assists, so 11 goal involvements in 20 games so far for Ipswich this season. And he faces Sheffield Wednesday at home in Game Week 21, who come off the back of a really bad loss in Game Week 20 versus Derby, a 3-0 loss there. 5% of people have brought in Tucker of Colchester for their Game Week 21 side. He faces Newport at home in Game Week 21, and they are pretty sound defensively, are Colchester, with 5 clean sheets to their name so far this season. Then in third place is Owen Bailey of Doncaster. 4% of people have brought him in already for this game week, and his ownership is around 10% overall. Bailey comes off the back of a really big haul in Game Week 20 versus Cardiff with a goal and assist and a few bonuses in there as well, an interception and a shot on target. Doncaster face Plymouth at home in Game Week 21. Now, those are the 3 most popular picks for Game Week 21 in Fantasy EFL so far. Let me know what you think of them. All these stats, as I said, are coming from the Fantasy EFL website or app. Now, with that all out of the way, let's move on to my latest draft for this game week in Fantasy EFL. Okay, now this is what my team is currently looking like. I've had a poor few weeks in this game with constant red arrows, so hopefully I can alter something in this game week to help me improve on my rank. We're going for the 2-3-1. The safest formation is probably the most optimal formation in this season. Last season it was the 3-2-1. This season it is a 2-3-1. Moving on to the players, in goal I have Eastwood. He's my vice captain at the moment. Quite a few League 2 teams are playing on the Friday, so you may as well vice captain him. Looking into his stats, 6 clean sheets in 20 games is pretty decent. 40 saves as well. That is really good for a keeper. And for a keeper, he is on some really good form. He hasn't picked up less than a 4-pointer since Game Week 13. And I think 4 points and above is a great return for a keeper. So he gets a load of bonuses from the saves he gets. Moving on to the 2 defenders, O'Shea, who could definitely be my captain this game week versus Sheffield Wednesday. 2.7% selected and 5.3 average points so far this season. 131 clearances for O'Shea so far this season. And he's been on some decent form. In double game week 19 he got 20 points, that's great to see. And Wednesday are pretty terrible. As I said earlier, coming off the back of a 3-0 loss at home as well. I haven't looked at it personally, but I'm sure Ipswich have the highest odds of getting a clean sheet in this game week. And I think having an Ipswich defender is pretty key this game week. Him or Leif Davies are the 2 I will be targeting myself. But I've gone for O'Shea in the end, and my second defender is Tucker, someone who we've looked at already in this video. This is Newport County, 9% selected at the moment and 6.7 average points so far this season. I think he is the highest scoring points defender, or maybe that's so on me, but he is very up there. 259 clearances is a crazy amount. Comparing that to O'Shea, who only has 131. Yeah, his bonuses overall are really good, and he has the potential of getting a really big haul. 12 versus Cheltenham, getting a clean sheet in 17 clearances. 14 versus Barnet in Game Week 5 with 18 clearances. So yeah, he is a clearance machine. His bonuses are superb, and he's a must-have for me in this side. Now moving on to the 3 midfielders. I think the midfielders are the hardest to pick from, really, this game week. Beginning with Owen Bailey, again another player who we've already looked at, versus Plymouth Argyle. 9 goal involvements in 20 games so far this season, and he's good all around. 20 interceptions and 21 key passes, so he has that defensive capability, but he is also great going forward. We've already gone through his really good haul in Game Week 20 versus Cardiff. He is facing Plymouth, who are sitting in the relegation zone in League 1. and he definitely has a big chance of getting a few points in this game week. Then moving on to Harry Anderson, someone who I really rate highly versus Newport in this game week. 1.2% selected. I think that will be higher as we get closer to the deadline. 7.2 average points. I think that is the highest so far across the team. 11 goal involvements, 7 goals and 4 assists in only 16 games. 7 interceptions, 10 key passes and 10 shots on target. So out of 10 shots on target, he scored 7 times. That's a great goal to shot on target ratio. He comes off the back of a 10-pointer in Game Week 20 with a goal, 2 key passes and a shot on target. And I do remember him getting a really big haul early on in the season. Yeah, there it is in Game Week 12. A 29-pointer versus Harrogate. 3 goals, hat-trick bonus of 5 points and 4 shots on target. That is what Harry Anderson is capable of. He got that big haul versus Harrogate, and he faces a really similar team in Newport this game week in terms of how poor they are. So he definitely has a big chance of doing something similar. Then moving on to my third midfielder, BDK Kearsmecker of Oxford. 1.1% selected. 1 goal and 6 assists to his name so far this season. And like Owen Bailey, he has a really good mix of DEFCON or defensive contributions and attacking threat. 24 interceptions and 31 key passes. He's away to Charlton in this game week, who've been struggling for form recently. In Game 20, he got a 14-pointer with a goal, 2 interceptions, 3 key passes and a shot on target. And if you are looking for a differential, I think De Kearsmecker is a great route to go through. Then my final player is Philogene. He is my captain at the moment, but as I said, it could definitely be O'Shea as well. As we get closer to the deadline, versus Sheffield Wednesday, can't really get a better game than that for a second tier side. 11 goal involvements in 20 games, 7 goals and 4 assists. And like Harry Anderson, he has a great chance of getting a really big haul. 28 points in Game 7 versus Sheffield United. So rivals of Sheffield Wednesday. 3 goals, hat-trick, 2 key passes and 5 shots on target in that one. In only 70 minutes as well. So a really, really big haul. He is the most popular player for a very good reason. I expect that ownership to skyrocket in the coming days. 5.5 average points. That is decent for a forward. And they don't really get too many bonuses. Yeah, and overall, he's definitely a lock in my side. Moving on to the club picks. Ipswich and Colchester. So it does mean I'm tripling up on both of these sides. Ipswich versus Sheffield Wednesday. 7.4% selected are Ipswich. Then Colchester versus Newport at home. I think I saw something on Twitter earlier that stated that these two teams have the highest odds of winning in Game Week 21. So I'm purely basing my picks off of that. But as you can see, pretty decent fixtures and they definitely can pick up a few points. It's been a while since I've had 2 teams who have won in Fantasy EFL. And again, hopefully I can improve on that. But that does conclude my team. Let me know what you think of it. If there is anything you think I should be altering, be sure to let me know in the comments. If you have enjoyed today's video, be sure to like and subscribe. The link to my Fantasy EFL League will be in the description, alongside my Twitter, where I may be posting more Fantasy EFL threads on there. So if you are interested in that, be sure to have a look. And yeah, thank you for watching and good luck in Game Week 21.